Hi there, welcome to CarlaVoyance, where I discuss all things intuitive, Akashic records, and counselling. I'm the owner of Carla's Realignments and the author of various personal development books. I'm your host, Carla Savannah. Thank you for joining me.
Good morning, Patreon family. Welcome to our newest members to the Patreon family, Eleni, Janine, Heather, Debbie, and Eddie. This will be the last installment after the Awakening month. I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit too long to put this out there, but I've been going through my own little dark night of the soul. You see, I have the tools needed to get through it. All the tools I've shared with you so far are things that I implement quite quickly when I feel myself going down this whole rabbit hole. So I find that when you go through an awakening so many times, or you've been through the dark night of the soul so many times, I find that it happens faster and quicker, and you get through it quicker and quicker each time. Needless to say, I've been very focused on my whole survivor self, making sure I constantly feel safe, secure, and supported, which doesn't leave much room for creativity and the creative energy. So, you see, we can go through some big shifts in consciousness, but our physical body is still a 3D form of matter. Therefore, it's more dense and not as malleable. So it takes time and effort to shape our physical body to adjust to the changes of our psyche. Herein lies my personal hugest challenge, because I'm someone who is constantly evolving and constantly growing mentally, so my poor body has a very hard time trying to keep up with my constant changes. Frankly, my body uses health issues as an excuse to stop me in my tracks. You could easily say that health is my form of self-sabotaging mechanism. Every time I'm on the verge of a big shift or change, my body completely freaks out and it starts to play games with me. It gets tired, past health conditions come back, I start to put on weight, or sometimes even rapidly lose weight depending on the ailments that I'm going through. I'm in constant physical pain, and it almost, it's all because my body is just scared to come with me. It's scared to follow me into becoming that new me. Or should I say, it's all the little cells that make up my body's consciousness that are kind of scared of coming into the unknown. It can take weeks, sometimes months, to coax those little cells in your body to follow your lead. You have this you have to constantly reassure every single cell in your body that each and every one is loved unconditionally. Remember, you can't hate pain away. You can't punish the anger out of something or someone. You can only love and hope to transmute it. In most cases, love wins, but in some cases it doesn't. As you know, in your daily lives, sometimes we can send loving energy towards someone and it's received well, and it can be transformational, but sometimes love isn't enough to transform another. And this is where you need to learn how to surrender and let go. So if I need to surrender to another surgery, I will. But in the meantime, I'll continue to love my body in the hope that it will eventually vibrationally adapt to the changes that I've made. On the theme of change, I want you to start asking yourself this question. How uncomfortable do things need to become before you make the changes necessary? You know, how sick do you have to be before you change your diet? How tired do you have to become before you start to self-care? How depressed do you have to become before you ask for help and support? You will notice that we often bulldoze our own needs and our own emotions. From a young age, we were taught that what we are feeling is wrong. When a child falls down, you hear the parents say, "Up you get, you're okay," or "Toughen up, princess," something like that. The child is hurt. They are not feeling okay. But what they think at that moment in time is, well, I don't feel okay, but my parent is telling me that I'm okay. and they know better than me. So therefore, maybe I can't actually trust myself to know when I'm okay and to know what my body's telling me, especially if my parents are telling me that I am okay. You grow up believing that you can't trust yourself to take care of you. You start to believe that you need others to determine how you feel for you. What all of humanity is learning is to become present with themselves, pay attention to their emotions, their desires, their basic physical needs. These are the very things that religions have taught us to actually reject. You are taught to reject the needs of your physical body, yet it's your physical body that is a vehicle that's getting you around this physical earth. When you reject the messages of your physical body, your body will start to simply just shut down. Remember, you chose this experience. You chose this earth as a playground for your self-discovery. In conclusion, after an awakening or a big shift, when the dark night of the soul presents itself, it's always back to basics, back to what I call the 3 S's. You need to go back to feeling safe, secure, and supported. Don't do anything that doesn't make you feel safe, secure, and supported. Don't go anywhere that doesn't make you feel safe, secure, and supported. Don't spend time with anyone who doesn't make you feel safe, secure, and supported. Don't eat or drink anything that doesn't make you feel safe, secure, and supported. You want to live and breathe constantly in that feeling and that energy of feeling safe, secure, and supported. Write a list of everything that makes you feel safe, secure, and supported. If you ask yourself every 5 minutes, do I feel safe, secure, and supported right now? And the answer is no, then you need to change or eliminate what you're doing. Don't get comfortable with being uncomfortable, please. I hope you enjoyed this month's audios about the awakening and after the awakening, and please feel free to leave any feedback. I want to remind everyone on Patreon that this Patreon page is my way of creating a regular and more predictable income for myself. So I really appreciate everyone's support. If you are struggling to stay on here, you can always go back down to the lowest tier, which is just $3 a month. That's just $36 for a whole year. And you continue to get my audios and my post. And I would much prefer you to revert down to the lowest tier rather than leaving altogether. So I can continue to provide you with support as you also help to provide me with some support as well. Next month, I'm going to be talking about conscious parenting. Plus, I will be sharing with you my very first book, which I wrote around 8 years ago, How Do I Know When I'm Ready to Have Kids? It's a very raw look at my life, my upbringing, at how I overcame depression and how I learnt to become a better mother through my absolute epic failures as a parent. I hope you can join me then. And again, thank you so much to all my Patreon family for being here and helping me and supporting me as well. I'm Carla Savannah, and I hope you have an amazing day. Mwah.